You're listening to the Metal Lens. Life, the universe, and everything from a metal point of view.
One more reason out of 1,000. Do what do. Do what do. Do what do.
We are back.
We are back like the plague.
We are back. And for the remainder of the evening, I will talk to you. Actually, I will not, because I know somebody that's from Britain that I sometimes have contact with. And I'm sure they're a really nice guy. But maybe it's just the true American in me. And I just can't stand to hear that fucking gibberish.
Oh,
It's
God.
just fucking that. Nah, it pisses me.
Is it too sophisticated for you?
Well,
Troy?
and I think that's the thing, because it's like, just because it's like they like to hear themselves talk with that British accent because it makes them sound more intellectual or smarter than everybody else.
Very, very, yeah.
It's snotty.
Yeah.
Snooty.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're back. It's
yeah.
been a minute,
Yeah.
like it always is, which can only mean one thing. It's Friday.
Yes. Friday, brought to you by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's just an ass load of work. I don't know about you, but
Yeah. Pardon me. I'm currently keeping up with the baseball playoffs.
there you go. There you go. And I am not, so I am free to report whatever it is that I need to report. So it's October. We're approaching, All Saints Day.
Ooh,
The
and it feels good
the
outside.
spookiness, which of course brings occasionally some decent weather here
Yeah.
in Southeast.
It doesn't happen very often here, but when it does,
Louisiana.
boy, do we enjoy it.
Yeah. So today is actually coincidentally and appropriately crisp.
Yeah, it's nice.
Crisp, probably like 65 degrees, which is crisp here. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, it's approaching, and I don't know about you, Troy, but I mean, I'd say the fall, the transition from fall to winter is the most metal time of the year for me.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like I know the summer does conjure up, and it's funny actually. I'll point this out. This is actually kind of interesting to me, at least. The different seasons represent different albums for me.
Yeah.
Like certain albums are like summer albums. Certain albums are like really fall, wintry. So I'll tell you, Sepultura Rise is summer.
Yeah.
A lot of Killing Joke, especially Fire Dances, is summer. Dude, fucking Obituary, The Incomplete
Yeah.
is fall all the fucking way, dude.
And Tales of a Thousand Lakes.
This
has got to be winter.
is fucking December, man.
That's fucking winter.
It's all the
Yeah.
way. It's fucking winter.
And
anything black
from
metal.
Dark Throne is definitely winter.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I'm getting into my seasonal albums right now.
No, the winter and fall and winter is definitely a more metal season because we'd be more prone to drink alcohol by a fire and worship Satan, which is one of our favorite things to do.
Speaking of which, I'm planning to build a fire tomorrow.
Consequently, in the summer, it's as hot as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I got to think about that one.
Deicide comes to mind, maybe. Yeah. Deicide, Burning in Hell, Slayer, perhaps. I don't know. And not every album has a season. I'm just saying, like right now, like certain things are I just really want to listen to a lot of Obituary.
Seasons
Cause of Death
Abyss.
and The Incomplete. Season of the Abyss reminds me of the summer. But hey, it's October, and we're enjoying
hell is
it.
warm, people.
Yeah, hell is except for that plane of ice.
Yeah.
Some say that hell will be. There's that layer of ice or something. I don't know.
Do you have to get through the layer to get to hell?
If you read your Dante,
Oh, Dante's. Yeah.
at the bottommost layer is the ice. That's where they got the frozen lake, and
Oh,
and the
good,
beast
'cause
is in the middle, chomping on like Judas
I
for
enjoy
eternity.
multi-layered hell.
Well, there's 9 of them, you know. According to Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Whatever. We're getting off topic. Actually, we don't even have a topic yet. But you know, we're certainly not getting there. Babbling as we have been.
Oh, we have a
apparently.
topic.
We got a topic.
We just haven't
definitely
got there yet.
we just gotten there yet.
So, we're gonna do a bit of a format, and we have we've moved to a new location.
Yes. The new building.
Not really physically, because we're still in the same building.
We just turned 90
We
degrees.
just moved to a different wall. I like it. I think it's better.
This is a good wall. Solid.
This feels better.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. So, news.
Bring it.
This is a little old, and I marked it, and I kind of forgot about it. But Florida man. There's always that Florida man, right?
All right. Let's go with it. Florida man. What did he did now?
Well, he's back with heavy metal and American flag to face Hurricane Florence. And I think he did it again for Laura.
Oh, you're talking about that dude with the who stands out there and just like bangs his head and
Yeah. Florida man. Apparently it's the Slayer. He's a Slayer fan.
Okay.
And
so you're talking about a specific Florida man. I thought that was just...
Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, that's him.
Florida man. That's a good picture right there.
Facing Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, I guess he apparently does it for all of them.
So this guy he ain't scared of no hurricane. He just like sticks around and like records himself waving the American flag and being a Florida man, I guess.
And sometimes he's naked.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he went in flagrante delicto.
So, what is in your head to be outside in this weather right now, not wearing any clothes? Just being free and American, man.
That's I mean, it's as good as the answers you can expect from Florida man.
America, baby.
You know that fucking Saints Darth Vader dude in the quarter? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I've been seeing him the last couple of days. I seen him unmasked yesterday on my way home from work.
How was that?
It was everything that I thought it would be. Yeah.
I know the clown.
The clown.
The guy that dressed up as the Saints clown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a supervisor at work. He used to work for him.
No shit. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, but you know, we're missing these guys right now, you know? I mean, there's a bye week right now, but you know, they've been playing these fucking games with like, you know, audience sounds piped in, you know, and like empty stadiums.
Which is
and
weird
shit.
because like they're doing
really
that,
weird.
Well, they're doing that for football and baseball. I don't really care about football, but and when they started the season, it was only a 60. They took 100 games off the season. That's what they did, and at first, when they were playing in all the individual parks, because it's in the playoffs now, a lot of stadiums didn't have the crowd noise. And it was just...
It's dead silence, dude.
Yeah.
Just...
And I really liked it. You could really hear the crack of the wood on the bat. And everybody, like they had a hot mic, dude. You could hear all the shit coming from the dugout. That was fucking low. Fuck, Daryl, get it together. That was fucking low, Tom.
Yeah.
One more word out of you, Bill, and you're fucking out of here. Fuck you. You're out. And you get to hear all that shit that you don't normally get to hear.
Every little nuance.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it. You can still hear it pretty good. But there's a lot more YouTube videos coming out that they call them hot mics. But it's not really hot mics. It's just what the cameras are picking up on the field now.
Every scratch of the nuts.
Yeah.
Every.
Yeah. It's. I like it. I like it without the fans.
Well, yeah. I guess, man. I don't know. I mean, but I don't know what it is with, like, you know, with baseball. I don't really follow baseball, but I mean, at least for a Saints game, you know, they feed off of that noise and that energy, especially the Saints. I mean, in the dome, Jesus, dude, that's probably, you know, that guy. That's the volume that they achieve in those
and I know, like in baseball, I know the players are enjoying it even still because you didn't have the live fans. And dude, it's brutal at a real baseball game. Because when they're in the on deck circle, dude, it's like, fucking Sammy, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, you bum. And you get all that shit, and they get it constantly. They fucking get it.
No,
dude.
they fuck with you in baseball.
Dude, they fuck with you, dude.
I haven't been to a baseball game in a long time, dude. We used to go before they were the baby cakes.
Yeah.
We used to
you
go
don't
see
get
some.
it so much in like minor league because nobody really knows a lot of the players.
Yeah, no, but
in major leagues, everybody knows all of the players.
right. Yeah, but they're enjoyable games, dude. No. The mind. I mean, you can kind of kick back and just kind of enjoy the game. You know what I mean? The occasional threat of a foul ball hitting you in the face.
$250,000 for this game. You think you could hit one?
Well, everyone's a critic, right?
Oh. Yeah.
All right, so Florida man has made headline news. Again, I mean, dude, is there another fucking storm? I don't know.
No, I think
I'm fucking fed up with this shit.
I think we're clear right now.
Are we?
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, let's have a cold front without a storm, please.
Yeah, I think we're free and clear for the
All right, finally. This is a crazy season, but all right, good. All right. Any other news you got?
No, that's it.
In the way,
you have
okay.
anything?
Well, just the news that we've been, well, not like we were all waiting for this, but I mean, this is pretty big shit. Fucking death of Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
it's a big fucking deal in my mind. I was a little shocked by that one. I wasn't expecting that. I knew he was like he had cancer. And all that,
but he kept that kind of tight, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised though about it because I mean this happened a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't like really fresh,
right?
But I mean, if it had happened the week of the that we did a podcast, of course we would have been all over it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen some tribute things and some things, but not like
same.
you would think. Not like if I don't know. BB King or Fats Domino even down here. I don't know. It's weird because Eddie had a lot of patents too.
Did he?
Yeah, he really did. That drop D tuner on the Floyd Rose. That was all Eddie.
Drop D tuner, not the hip shot.
No. On the Floyd Rose
on the bridge.
Yeah. The D-Tuna? D-Tuna.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all Eddie's.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this device.
Yeah, he's got the patent on that.
Okay.
And there was some kind of tuners that he did that he had the patent on too. Extremely innovative. Like a lot of techniques. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Like phaser, like the whole phaser pedal. I think was pretty much invented because of Eddie.
We had the MXR 90, I think, is what he used. That little orange box.
Yeah, but originally
MXR phaser. That's the one that he.
But originally, he would do that.
Oh, by sweeping up and down the strings.
By sweeping up and down on his right hand, that would create that effect. And then they made a pedal for it.
Yeah.
And it's rumored that he invented two-hand tapping. Not a ton of validity to that, but I could kind of maybe.
Well, he's certainly made every fucking 17-year-old fucking budding guitarist in the 1980s want to fucking learn it. Before him, I don't think anybody it was even in their radar. Well, probably people maybe did some variation of it, like maybe minor. I mean, yes, certainly he was up there. I mean, what's tapping but just like, hammer on, hammer off.
Right.
With the extra hand to give that extra bit of energy to,
Well, the point of the matter is with Eddie Van Halen is either like the band or not like the band, or like him or not like him.
Yeah.
The point of the matter is he was a special talent and a special person, especially in the music industry,
no doubt,
because he pushed limits.
Yeah.
And you have to have people in every field like that for the field to grow.
That's true.
We have to have people who push the limits.
Mm-hmm.
When Eddie was young, he would make guitars. Everybody knows the Frankenstein guitar.
Yeah.
And he would drill holes and shit. And I think he was the first one to put a humbucker in a Strat. Things like that. His Marshall JCM 900 stack, he would walk up to it and just dime out every knob on it. And you know what I mean? You got to have people to push like that, and Eddie was definitely one of them. And we've all benefited from that.
And no doubt he was influential. I mean, like, fucking most shredders, you know, guys that we wound up looking at, you know, in our generation and shit. Trey Azagthoth from Morbid Angel, and I straight up considered him like the his prime influence, greatest guitar in his estimation. You know, and I'm not even going to open up the floor for debate about that, because that's just this pointless argument. But no doubt the dude was influential, he was innovative, and it's just, you know, his time had come.
Yeah.
And you know, we salute you. Pouring out for Eddie. Actually, I'm not going to pour anything out because that's a waste of alcohol.
I'm going to pour it in my belly.
There you go. So, to Eddie, yeah.
Rest in peace, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
So, do you want to do album of the week, or you want to wait on it?
Well, do you have an album of the week?
Well,
because I don't know if I do.
Well, that's what I was saying about the album of the week. We could just pick one.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Rust in Peace.
Okay, let's go with it.
Rust in Peace is the album of the week.
Another fucking album that's an October album for me.
Yeah.
That totally. No, that and in fact you were kind of jamming out earlier. You were playing starts out with the bass.
Poison Was a Cure.
Poison Was a Cure. Okay, yeah, dude, that song sounds like Halloween to me. It does.
Yeah.
It really does, dude. It's got that
yeah,
fucking evil, and then you got Lucretia next, I think.
Yeah.
And with and that witchy kind of thing. Oh, dude. Oh, man. That is a totally October Halloween album right there, dude. So that's actually, I mean, we
won't spend too much time on this because I just had a thought about it, and we are gonna bring this segment in. We'll just bring it in slowly for this week. But because I think when we bring it in, I want to have a lot more technical data on the albums that we bring in.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of research.
So, I mean, it was done in 1990.
A pioneer.
They were coming off of Peace Sells, which is a really big album for them. And they went through some lineup changes and picked up Marty and Nick. Nick was actually the drum tech for Chuck Bueller. And it you know, a lot of the things when we were kids, when we heard about it, it's like, oh, well, they did it for drug money, and they threw it together for drug money, and it was one of the greatest albums ever. Like, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Were they on drugs? Fucking right, dude. Dave and Dave were fucking, dude. Well, all of them really fucking bad. Bad off. Marty was clean at the time.
Yeah.
And Nick was just like drinking and smoking weed, nothing fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Like fucking Dave and Dave were like fucking taking heroin and ducking out and taking cocaine to get up, and then taking fucking smoking weed and drinking to fucking come down from the cocaine.
Poison Was the Cure.
Just fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah,
crazy. And they were all actually clean when they recorded Rust in Peace, and Mustaine wasn't even wholly there through most of the tracking. He came in, he was in rehab. Ellison was already out. Dave relapsed and went back in. And when he came out, it was just razor blade precision.
Oh, yeah.
The dude was fucking on fire.
Oh, my Jesus. You've heard the album, right?
Everybody was just in, like, that was not multiple takes by Mustaine. He, like, pretty much just threw them all out, like, here it is. And everybody's like, fuck. Wow. So, Yeah, and from beginning to end, it's one of those albums you can just listen to it from beginning to end.
And
it's got this whole feel to it. And the drums. I mean, I thought Nick Menza was fucking incredible on that album. Just the way he like played with every single riff.
No, dude, straight up, that everything was like a perfect complement of everything else. Everything was not a single instrument was really out of place.
And I can't really remember. There's some instances where you can hear a drummer really do that, but he focused on that the entire album.
Yeah,
he played exactly with the riffs the entire album. All his cymbal hits were with accents with the riffs, and just everything, man. It was just perfect. It was one of the best drum performances I think I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he pretty much played like a studio musician.
Yeah.
You know, just you come in here and you do exactly what you need to do to make this song and make this album, you know, be exactly what it needs to be. You know, I mean, it was almost like destiny. I don't know how else to put it. It just seemed like this album was just like destined to be, you know what I mean? The fucking forces.
Yeah,
and the stars aligned just right.
And
you know,
that's how that shit happens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't have a problem with Chris Poland and Bueller, and you know, and if the drug thing maybe never happened,
yeah,
and you know, the last one, the last piece was Marty Friedman. And you know, when he came in, he was kind of a square peg compared to those guys, and he just came in and just, you know, and there were some things with it, but they all kind of understood that it was Dave's album.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because he kind of had everything recorded except for like, you know, Dawn Patrol or something. You know, was recorded on a demo. He recorded that stuff. I mean, he started writing Rust in Peace while they were touring for Peace Sells. What is it? Take No Prisoner? Holy Wars. Yeah. They were at a show in Ireland for Peace Sells, and that's when he started writing the lyrics and putting that song together. So
it's one of those albums that you can't imagine like somebody writing it. Like you can't imagine. It's hard to imagine a time when that shit wasn't written. It just like
Right.
there it is. It's there. It's like you can't imagine like them fucking around with the song and like rearranging it and saying like, oh no, the lyrics are bad, or no, that you know you can't sing in that whiny voice. No, you know, it's solid. It's perfect. You know, yeah, like I'm gonna say it. It is a perfect album. You know, Megadeth was that. Yeah, that's just peak Megadeth right there. That's peak
and speaking of Megadeth, I abhor you to check out Dystopia, which is the latest Megadeth album.
Released when exactly?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
(2016).
2016. There it is.
I think they are making a new release now.
I've been itching and teasing and hoping and praying, and
Have you heard any of Dystopia?
No, I haven't heard of Dystopia. I'm eager to hear their new shit.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna. Of course, it's no fucking Rust in Peace, and you can't really, you know. But it's more along those lines.
Okay.
And when a lot of the first things open up, you're like, oh yeah, okay, fucking right, dude.
Okay.
It digs in. It's fast. It sounds like Megadeth.
Okay.
It really does, and I like it.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
If you're a Megadeth fan, you're gonna like that story.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to check it out.
And I'm saying because I know a lot of people didn't check it out.
All right.
But Dystopia is really good.
Well, January 22nd, 2016, according to Wikipedia, and it's got accolades. It's got accolades. Now, who is Kiko Loureiro?
Oh, that's the guy for
Brazilian guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Kiko.
Yeah, he took over. And the guy,
after he moved to Japan or whatever the hell.
The guy that plays drums is he's from another band.
Your boy from is it Lamb of God?
Yeah.
Chris Adler. According to this, Chris Adler.
Well, they got somebody new now. It's not Chris Adler.
I think they got the dude who used to be with Soilwork now.
Yes, that's the guy.
Okay. So Chris Adler, Lamb of God, and with this up and coming album, you got your boy from Soilwork.
Laurentini,
Let's see if I can find his name.
Yeah.
He's around here somewhere, I guess. Just rest in peace. Near the bottom. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Well, it's not. It's not released yet. Is this him, Dirk Verbeek?
Yeah,
that's him, Dirk Verburen.
Verburen.
He looks like a strung out skinny dude.
Yeah. What bands was he in?
Let's see, Soulwork, Phasm, Mortuary, and Earcoon.
Yeah. They got that guy for drums now.
I guess he's.
But anyway, check out Dystopia. It's you'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't think you're gonna go backflips over it, but you're gonna be like, you're fucking right, dude. That's pretty good.
I'm hoping it's a good warm up for the new shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't shit, dude. Thank you for that. That's our album of the week.
Album of the week.
Album of the month, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Shall we dip our noses ever so gently into the wonderful world of vocals?
I thought you were going to say a mountain of cocaine.
Mountain of
Those were the
No,
days.
Troy, not on camera.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Those weren't my days. Remember, drugs are bad.
We could use a man like her. Humphrey. No, who was it?
I don't
Herbert
even
Hoover.
I don't know, dude.
That's funny shit.
I wish I could screech that high note right there, but I'm like, I can't pull it off. Fuck.
Vocals. Since we're screeching, like, eat it.
I'm trying to pull off the shit that I wish I could. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, eat it.
Yeah, eat it.
Yeah, eat it.
Eat it. So yeah, dude. I mean, we kind of scratched the surface a little bit last time, and
and I really wanted to put a lot more work into it, but I just fucking didn't. Okay. So vocals. Okay.
So the last time we got together, we actually did not record. We just kind of like set things up and like brainstormed a little bit. And then we kind of regretted not recording what we were talking about.
Yeah.
But if you remember, we were talking a lot about like, the not so much the evolution of but kind of like what are the roots of like the non-melodic vocal style.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, so I mean, and that's a good starting point.
Like the grit that they put into like a lot of blues and shit. I'm gonna go give me a beer.
Because
go on,
I mean, vocals. I mean, first, we want to talk about metal vocals. Yeah. So first, we gotta get into what was one of the first appearances of actual metal, which that could be a whole fucking 3-episode fucking topic on itself, right? So we're not going to go there right now. But it was certainly when as the music got more extreme and aggressive, so did the vocals, right? So there's, I don't know, there's bands tossed around like Venom and Possessed.
Yeah.
That were in the forefront of things like that. I think it could even be a little bit, the influences of that could even be earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And River Delta Blues and Beatles even and the Kinks and bands like that. But as far as metal goes, so we got like, you got Ozzy. Okay. Which were fairly melodic.
Yeah, he never really dove into. He never really cut his voice very much at all.
He really didn't.
Yeah,
and
he stayed clean.
Dio, or maybe Judas Priest did a little. I don't know.
I mean, they can highlight it a little bit, especially like if he's gonna like. If he's not singing notes and he's doing like an accent, like a ha ha ha, or just like a, oh yeah, that kind of.
And you got Bruce Dickinson, which I mean, we're all talking about phenomenal vocalists, by the way.
Oh yeah. We're not knocking them at all for their style,
but at some point, and I think possibly punk had a lot to do with it too.
Probably so.
Because
probably so.
Punk was just that whole attitude thing.
Yep.
That was just, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna scream into the microphone. Whatever comes out of it comes out of it.
Yep.
Am I in tune? Don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Right. What does it sound like? I don't care.
Right.
So when you had the whole punk thing coming in and everything, and even like the Misfits in the late '70s, even a lot of people are go, hatebreed us, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, I'll remind you, and I think it made the top 40 list, or not. It was an honorable mention. But check out the Evil Live album.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a death metal concert. Okay, it's wild. And of course that they were doing that when Black Flag was doing their thing, when Henry Rollins was, his neck was getting increasingly larger. And by the time he was in Rollins' band, I think his neck was like the size of my waist.
Yeah, it's pretty much a trapezoid.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was more extreme, and the more extreme things got, the more extreme the vocals got.
And I think there was. I mean, even let's take a step backwards. Because like. I think one of the reasons that rock and roll was like criticized in the first place is because there were things that were just like pure. I mean, I'm just straight up atonal. Like they would be up there and they would be singing, but then they go wow. Oh yeah. They would belt out some kind of shit, and like Little Richard did it.
Joe Cocker.
Fucking right. Fucking Chuck Berry did it, man.
Yeah.
The Beatles did it. You mentioned Delta Blues, man.
Paul McCartney, dude.
Paul McCartney did it, man.
One of my favorite musicians.
Dude,
of all
you played
time.
Me a track. I can't remember which one it was, but
it was off the White Album.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was a great screamer.
He was belting it out, dude.
Great.
I remember the track. That shit was impressive, actually. But I mean that's crossing over into the idea of, maybe I can convey something with this voice of mine. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be.
It certainly wasn't a day-night thing.
Oh, no.
It took time to progress. A relatively short period of time, if you think about it.
Yeah.
But still, it wasn't just, here we go, we're fucking...
Yeah.
You get into gut and shit like that. You gotta ease into it a little bit.
It's like getting into a hot tub, man. You can't just dive head first. You gotta go to the toe and then...
Oh, that feels good, but
up to the ankle.
Just gotta do it slowly. It feels good.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're...
And then by the time you get like your ass in it, you're like, oh, yeah. So fucking right, I like this.
So, I think it's just the same thing as like what we were talking earlier about Eddie Van Halen, man. You're talking about like experimentation, and then one guy does it, and then you go back as a listener and you're like, okay, he can get away with that. Yeah. So let me continue to push this a little bit further in that direction. And fucking death metal became what it did, going in that direction, dude. Fucking, I mean, Bruce Dickinson, some people said, like, you know what? I can just go completely fucking falsetto or operatic with my vocals. You know, well, you know, you could probably trace that back to Freddie Mercury if you're talking about rock. But I mean, okay, let's see how far I can go in that direction, you know? So like, you know, that genre of metal went in that direction. But, and death metal, I mean, this is, you know, kind of... Now we're comparing apples to oranges, but you know, it branched off, you know.
Yeah, but in for as metal, it just got it's like even Slayer, you know. Of course, before Slayer, like Venom and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was, you know, how extreme can I go? And like even in interviews I've seen with Tom Araya, it was like, how much can we scare people?
Yeah. Now you got me wondering.
And then Cannibal Corpse, I mean, they wanted horror movie music. Well, they there you go.
If any of y'all ever listened to Mortician,
yeah,
do you remember that band?
Yes, I do.
I mean, that's pretty much just horror movie soundtrack, right there. But let's see, Slayer first album was 1982, 81.
Go Braves.
What happened?
They just scored. That game just started.
Okay, gotcha. Slayer formed in 81, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Venom, same year. Kind of
a little earlier than that.
Parallel process. Venom formed in 78.
Okay. Well,
first album was in 81. Okay, so about 3 years apart.
So I mean, Slayer was probably.
Slayer was just behind him, you know, and you know, again, I think we're just kind of comparing apples and oranges because I mean they all came from, you know, they all obviously had similar roots.
Yeah.
You know, no doubt both of them listened to like Sabbath.
Sure.
You know, and you know, probably some of that new wave heavy metal stuff. And maybe a little punk too, because I mean, you know, let's not ignore the roots of punk. You know, in the fucking 70s.
Well, you know, I think a lot 60s, of those early 80s, late 70s metal guys were heavily influenced by punk.
Yeah. And then their fans came out, and then they fucking started a big fucking war between them, as if they were like completely incompatible.
Right.
Which kind of happened in like the 70s and 80s. But I mean, the sound was there, man. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about like making a whole bunch of fucking noise, doing the best you can to pull it off as like genuine music, which it was. Obviously, you know, in our opinion. But I mean,
and slowly it evolves into like an art form, so to speak. I mean,
well, that's the thing, because I mean, if you listen to vocals like from Venom and Possessed, and you compare them to vocals like Deicide or Cannibal Corpse, right? You can kind of tell. I mean, it was really raw with some of those older bands.
Oh, they were just screaming in the microphone.
They were just screaming. They was making as much like a big, just like vomit as much noise. But then you got like Chuck Schuldiner,
right,
who was just smooth, like from the first exhale to the very end, like it was just pure static noise. You know what I mean? But it was beautiful. It was pure. It was controlled. It was a technique. Having been mastered, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which is
absolutely a technique.
God, I love being human, man, because you can fucking do shit like that, that's true. And call it art. But it comes together so well, right. You know what I mean?
And Chuck's performance on Individual Thought Patterns is one of my favorite
work of art
metal vocal performances ever.
Yeah,
I
dude.
Just thought everything he did was just fantastic on that album.
Yep. Another contender for an album of the week. Without a doubt.
No doubt.
Any of their fucking discography. But discography. But yeah, man. I mean, there's so much there's so much that we can go into. And I don't even want to get too much into, like, you know, what are some examples? Because I mean, we cited some examples last episode when we first broached the subject. I think it is, but I mean, like, thinking about, like, you know, some of these fucking death metal and black metal and extreme grindcore kind of guys. You know, taking a step back and looking at it objectively, it is kind of weird. These guys are just kind of making fucking noise with their voices, you know, with their vocal cords, and it's not singing. Not really, you know. Like I said, it's atonal, and but it's got rhythm and it's got tone. Even though it's like a non-melodic tone, I think the best death metal vocals in terms of like that atonal stuff has a lot of overtones, and I don't remember anybody ever really discussing that before. You know what I mean? But if you listen to let's see, who's got like a really deep, fucking thorough kind of voice.
Gorefest?
Okay, sure. Let's take your boy from Gorefest. I mean, first of all, underrated vocalist, killer voice. Sounds different every album.
And you know who he reminds me of, too?
What's that?
The guy from Bolt Thrower.
Oh, Carl Willits, I think his name is? Yeah. The vocal. Yeah. Really?
Because
okay.
I just think his was just, it was kind of monotonal.
Yeah.
But he had this.
It was monotone.
He had this
in both cases. You're right.
This kind of distinct tone that he had.
Yeah. But I think that tone kind of held its own because there were a lot of overtones going on, a lot of harmonics involved in like that voice that they, you know, those guys were able to produce, and I think that's what makes it, like, you know, oddly pleasant to listen to. You know, I mean, if you hear some guy just like, even if it was, you know, even if it was like an octave below that, you know, it just does not sound good. You know?
I don't know.
It's
certainly in the eye of the beholder. Because I mean, like, Panzerfaust. Okay.
All right. Well, black metal is almost like a different. That's another branch, man. That's another thing going in a different direction.
Okay, so his vocals
I know exactly what you're getting at.
Were just fucking horrible. Like fucking nails on a chalkboard, but it just sounds so great. And I don't understand why it sounds so good, but it's so out in front and uncomfortable.
No, you're right.
With the music, and when you listen to it, it makes you feel uncomfortable, and that's the beauty about it.
I think that's kind of the point too, actually.
And it just, from time to time, I like to hear that.
What's his name? Fenriz?
Yeah.
That's the boy? Yeah. That guy. Yeah. You're right. And but It's like that's a different dimension that they were going with.
Yeah, I mean,
that, you know,
I
a different
think the
texture.
point is that there's nothing in particular that's going to make them good or bad. However, but
it's contextual. You're right.
It really is.
It's within the context of what's going on. Yeah.
Because like when Cannibal Corpse and Deicide were trudging through the blood, so to say.
Right.
It was, how deep can you wanted that deep.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit before the whole those bands kind of came out.
The gore grind guys?
Yeah, the gore grind.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
No, I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, it's when we first started death metal.
Yeah.
In the band, we wanted Cannibal Corpse vocals.
Right.
That's what we wanted.
Right.
We wanted the Cannibal Corpse, Chris Barnes.
I think it was because it was just so inhuman sounding.
Yeah.
the more alien sounding, the more appealing it was to us as rebellious youths.
Yeah.
You know?
Utes.
Yeah, us with our long hair and our beards and our fucking beers.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come. But actually, that is kind of a good point because
that was kind of a depressing note.
Well, well, shit, Troy. No, I think there's actually there's something to be said about like the alien feel to that kind of music. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's alien per se, but I mean, you definitely want to stand out with that kind of thing. I mean, do you think Ozzy was a conformist when he was sitting there talking about fucking, the black masses and all that shit? You know, I mean, fuck no. He was trying to make a point. He was trying to stand out, and I think that's one of the beautiful things about metal is that it deliberately draws attention to itself so that you can hear the voices, the message underneath. You know what I mean? Like in the case of Sabbath, there was absolutely the message of hey, I'm going to pull in all this religious imagery here so that I can show it to you and let you see maybe from like a third party perspective how fucking weird and obnoxious and fucking shitty this stuff actually is. It doesn't matter how traditional this bullshit is. I'm going to show you Catholicism in its and then like some of the evil bands, like afterwards they did the opposite, but I think it was all to do the same fucking thing.
Sure.
And they did it in the most brash and obnoxious way so they can just kind of, hey, let me get your attention because you're not fucking listening. You've been following this fucking tradition for hundreds of years. God damn it. Somebody, and like, okay, I'm listening.
There is another way.
Hardly anybody really got that, but people did, and they got the point across, not to the people who really needed to hear it, but that's a totally different thing altogether.
Yeah, and I mean, and certainly, vocals, they make or break the band. I mean,
sure,
regardless of what style, if it's screamo like Flesh Parade and grindcore bands,
yeah.
That stuff, or growls, or in between, or Pantera was just yelling really, and it's got to stand on its own, and it's got to be good. And the same followed way back, even in contemporary music. I mean, if you had a fucking shitty vocalist, you wasn't going anywhere. No matter how good the band was.
Yeah. And that's a funny thing that always got me about like music in general, rock and all its offshoots, is that the vocalist got so much attention, dude. I mean, they're the front man, but they're the front man for the reason, because I think, and I kind of theorized about, I don't know if this is really accurate or true, but I mean, I realized that, you get 500,000 fucking pop disciples, girls aged 12 to 14. They're listening to fucking pop music, right? Yeah. Are they all learning how to sequence or how to play keyboards or bass or guitars? No, they're learning how to sing. Okay? So they're all trying to have pretty voices and all that shit. And I think the reason why the front man is the front man because he's the vocalist, and I think the reason why if you're sorry to say, a fairly simple-minded person musically who's going to try to do anything to emulate what you're hearing, is going to start with the vocals, and I think it's because, this is my theory, because it's the most accessible thing.
Well, sure.
It's because, oh, cool, man, that sounds awesome. Let me go ahead and follow that groove, man. No, you can't just fucking do that. But you've got way more practice as a speaking person,
It's
so
it's a human instrument.
You don't have to practice it as much because you've got the
and like with American Idol and shit like that. I'm like,
right?
Yeah, you don't sound half bad when you're singing along with Taylor Swift in your fucking Camry,
right?
But the problem is with that is she's giving you the key.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She's giving you the delivery.
She's giving you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
she's giving you the blueprint, note
if
for
you
note.
can mimic her fairly well, then you can sound okay.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
When she brings it up and hits the high note, you wouldn't know how to do that or when to do that. She's doing it for you.
Yeah.
And she's giving you the key. It's like, oh God, that's not right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a human instrument, so it's the most easily mimicable, I guess.
Yeah. If we all had kazoos growing out of our foreheads,
Right.
we'd all be kazooists? Kazoozles? What do you call a kazoo player?
I don't know.
Well, fuck, dude.
I don't know, but I might have a didgeridoo in my ass.
We call ourselves musicians.
Yeah.
God damn it. No, it makes sense though. I mean,
But, you know, the singer makes it.
The singer makes it because we can relate to it.
There's a lot of really good instrumental bands, and I was in an instrumental band. And I just never felt like a real band. We were trying to find a vocalist.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to do it for that band because I could do the Chris Barnes, Glenn Benton thing, but that's not the band we were in. It wouldn't have worked for that. It's not what that
made sense. Yeah.
It's not what that band needed.
Right.
And so I just never felt like a real band. And like, you know, they got Russian Circles and it's really great instrumental bands, but you're not really a band, buddy, until you get a vocalist. All right? It's kind of like, you know, when you're talking with other parents and stuff, and they only have one kid. It's like you're not really in the conversation. You gotta have at least two to be a parent. Okay, just to sit at this table. So go. And it's kind of you gotta have a vocalist. I mean, it's that's what makes it complete. I mean, instrumental bands are great. I guess I like listening to them sometimes, but not really. I gotta have a vocalist, and they gotta be a good one.
Well, you know,
I don't know what that is, but you know, and it is true. I think because think about it. I mean, how many big instrumental bands can you think of?
Big instrumental bands. Siberian Orchestra. I don't know. Whatever.
Right. I mean, metal bands. Or
metal
rock
bands?
Rock bands, or whatever.
What was the name of that
Pop
fucking
bands.
band?
You know any instrumental pop bands? No. No, you know.
Mozart.
I mean, the only one I could really think of in metal that are just is probably Russian Circles. That's the only one that's coming to my mind right now.
The what are they called? The fucking Champs.
What?
The fucking Champs. That's the name of the band.
The fucking Champs.
The fucking Champs.
Okay.
Like, you know, no, and it sounded like you know how the instrumental tracks on like the Metallica albums,
Yeah, sure.
like in Puppets and Justice.
Yeah. Ride the Lightning had one.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu. You know how they it was like a certain vibe. Like you can't really imagine vocals on the.
Yeah.
All their songs sound like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the fucking Champs. I think they had like 4 albums or 5 albums, something like that. I don't know, but we'll be YouTubing that once we're done tonight. But no, I was gonna actually point out, dude. I can't imagine a fucking brutal heavy, brutal death metal band that doesn't have a vocalist. There's a couple of bands that have some vocalist
Do you
tracks,
remember?
instrumental tracks.
Do you remember? We're going back to old Zeppelins.
Oh shit!
Broken Hope.
Yes.
The singer was in the bus with like 103 degree fever.
He was sick as a fucking dog, as I recall. Yeah, I remember that.
And they
Broken
played
Hope at
that
Zeppelin's.
show without him.
Yeah.
Of course, it was a special circumstance, and we all knew the music, so it was still cool. But the lights went out, and he came out and he did Pitbull Grin and went back into the bus. That was awesome.
Dude, good on him for... I can't imagine being sick.
Yeah.
Having a sore throat and just doing that shit. And he's got a brutal fucking voice.
Oh,
He's got a great, actually, one of the... when I was talking about, like, what's a good voice that dude had that when it was tracked, dude, you can hear the overtones on that fucking shit.
It's almost like an overlord. Like a big... Like you would imagine... Some big, huge, like when really big, huge guys talk, like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
The way he talked.
Right.
It was extremely deep and had all these overtones.
Yeah.
And that's what you expect.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, dude, he had it projected.
I think like
you had to mix around the vocals for that dude to actually.
Yeah, because I think the guy from Bolt Thrower kind of had that too.
All right.
It was really deep. Mm-hmm. You know?
But it wasn't all gurgle. You
No.
It
wasn't
spectrum.
gurgle.
It had a nice.
Yeah, it wasn't gurgle at all, but it was just
really
deep and full. And I have been listening to more of the Fourth Crusade.
Have you?
Even though War Master is my album, but I've been listening to and that's kind of interesting because I think the Fourth Crusade had this strange little feel to it. Mm-hmm. It's really dark. Like, it had this dark feel to me. Mm-hmm. Which was kind of interesting.
The Fourth Crusade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl Willits. That's his name. The vocalist. I'm trying to compare that to War Master. Wow, dude! I'm thinking about it. I don't think I have War Master. I don't have that album anymore.
Oh, you don't?
I used to. I used to have it floating around, but I haven't listened to that in fucking ages.
Yeah, War Master was the album. It was on cassette, and that's the one Sean would come to like, dude.
Do
me a favor. Take this and put this in your car and listen to it for a week. Then give it back to me. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like this, like he didn't want anybody to see. It's like, it was something special. It's like, just do me this favor, dude.
See, Brian, don't tell anybody.
Listen to this. Do me a favor and listen to this.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess they're still around. Yeah, they're still around. I don't even know who's singing for them right now. But yeah, dude. Actually, let's find out. Oh, Carl Willits still with him. War Master was 91. Fourth Crusade was 92. No shit. I actually thought that was a little.
Really? I thought that was backwards too.
Yeah, I thought
it was the other way around.
Well, I thought War Master was just far earlier. That was only a year apart. I thought it was like a few years.
Oh, I would have thought Fourth Crusade was way
was before War Master.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. Yeah, Shreds of Sanity, Perfect Creation, Final Cenotaph. I remember that track. Cenotaph. Wow, man. You're bringing me back. Joe Bench on guitar. Yeah. Here she is. Dude, I saw them twice.
I know. And it's like, when we were like 16 years old, you wanted her to be so hot, but she just kind of wasn't.
She's British. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, all our British listeners, just keep fighting the good fight and keep being British because
just
you can't help it. Yeah, exactly. Just stay the fuck away from us. And god damn it, don't talk because you sound so fucking obnoxious. Yeah, dude. Wow.
We fought wars to keep you over there.
Keep him on the island.
The other side of the pond.
Although I gotta say, man, a lot of fucking punk and metal came from the UK.
Sure.
And shit, my Napalm Death, one of my favorite bands of all time.
One of my favorite musicians of all time, Sir Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
Love him. Fucking love him. I think everything that dude does is fucking fantastic.
So we're not knocking all people from the UK, just everybody but Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
I don't know,
and
man.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Fuck.
Dunkerbill Cumberstain? What? Who? What?
Pardon me, Governor.
What?
I just shot in me knickers.
Did you see Doctor Strange, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you going to see the next one? There's going to be
Absolutely.
another one.
Absolutely.
That's a good fucking movie.
Fucking
dude.
right it
The
is,
first
dude.
one was amazing, dude.
Yeah. I saw. Some people told me that it was bad. Like the CGI was. I thought the CGI was fucking great.
Fuck that shit, dude.
I thought it was fantastic.
No, I thought it looked awesome. Yeah, I like the tie-in with the Avengers.
Yeah.
And no, but Doctor Strange is pretty fucking awesome. Great,
Fucking right.
great, like mythos, I guess. His character.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberland, or whatever his name is. To Benedict, who did the voice of Smaug, by the way, for The Hobbit, which it was. I mean, I'm sure there was a
He
lot
does
of.
a lot of impressions.
There's a lot of. I'm sure there's a lot of synthesis going on, but I mean, I'm sure his voice must have had some kind of like meat to it, perhaps some guttural death metal meat. You know, whatever it took to emulate a dragon.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. He did a number of like voices and impressions and shit. Well, I think I know what's coming. I mean, I know. I feel like being a colada.
Getting drunk in the rain.
So, oh shit, what do I usually play? Oh, Margaritaville. That's right. Yeah.
Searching for my last shaker of salt.
Bum, 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 bum. So I am inclined to go ahead and start winding things down.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because you don't want to see what happens after this. Later.
Fucking Atlanta scores again.
Atlanta?
Yeah. I know. I'm the only person on the face of the earth that gives a fuck about baseball. Well, you know what? Right here, buddy. You can take them both. You can put one in your ass and one in your mouth. And swap them.
That's it. That's what fucking Ricky Rackman used to say.
Is it?
Oh, well, kind of. Yeah.
Oh.
Paraphrase.
I thought it was like
One
one foot in your mouth and one fist in your mother or some shit.
I mean, you know, potato, you know, more or less. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, my voice is kind of shot. But, I mean, I'm expecting... I mean, shit, we didn't even, like, try to, like, rate anybody. Like, who, you know, top X vocals, you know, top vocalists.
I think it's too... I don't know. I don't think... I mean, it's just like the list. I mean, I could tell you who my favorite is, but, I mean...
Yeah, subjective.
It's pretty subjective, and, I mean, we didn't really go into, like, the whole... once you get into Mortician and Gut... You get
Right.
into,
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just all extremes on top of extremes. I mean, you know, the main thing is just it's vocals are the thing. And there's one thing I do want to touch on because I haven't forgot you ladies. Oh no. You know, because touring around and playing around and stuff, there'll be some bands that come through. And they got chick vocals, and you can tell when it's a fucking gimmick. And, you know, I'm a little sexist and chauvinistic, okay? But, fuck. If people who know me probably will agree. Yeah, Troy, yes, you are. But, you know, I particularly enjoy female vocals, and I've been enjoying them much more. And quite honestly, it's because I think they got a lot better, especially in metal. Regana has a lot of punk elements and stuff, and kind of alternative, kind of, I don't know, I can't really describe them, but I've talked about them before, and I fucking love everything they fucking do, and I love their voices, and they sound great. They do the scream thing and the singing thing, and it sounds fucking fantastic. Yida Cobra is another one. She's got this beautiful angelic voice, and this dirty, filthy ass fucking Rickenbacker tone. On the bass. Yeah. The Oath. You heard me talk about the Oath a lot. Oh God, it's just It's Scandinavian, it's blonde, it's satanic. It's just, it's all the things that make my butt cheeks tingle.
There you go.
It's lovely. In Oathbreaker and female Acid King. I've been kind of getting into a little Acid King lately. And she plays guitar and sings for Acid King. And done, like I said, there's some, you could tell it's just, they try and do this operatic thing. And it's like, and they wear these flowing dresses thing with black fingernails, and they're up there in front by themselves. And you could, like, the dudes in the band are like, just their head down, and they're solid. And it seems like a gimmick. Okay, she's kind of hot, and she sounds okay. But, like, there's a few exceptions where, like, it's, I don't want to forget about the ladies, because I do enjoy female vocalists, and if they're done really well, nowadays I kind of really rather prefer female vocals, almost, like, especially in Doom, like Green Druid does it, Windhand. I fucking love Windhand.
Oh yeah,
and she is phenomenal.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
she sings really deep for a female, but still, she's really good, and I really like the way it works. It's something about that big, heavy, dark fuzz tone with a female vocal on top of it. I really enjoy that sound. It pleases my ears.
Probably the fact that she's got a dark voice.
Yeah, but
winds up.
Yeah, but that's
with,
not
with
necessarily a thing, because, like I said, Year to Cobra, she's got a beautiful soprano. Just she almost sounds like it's like an angelic voice almost. It's gorgeous, her voice.
Yeah.
The Oath is not. She sings. She sings like a woman, and it's incredibly evil, which I love. And even Regana, they almost sound girlish-like until they start screaming. So that's not a prerequisite that she sings deep, but it's just, I just like the way it sounds, because I would much rather a good female vocalist sing in that register than have a male vocalist push himself to bump up to that register.
Yeah.
It's more natural for a woman to be there, and to me it sounds better. So, and one last thing, I know we're going to wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
But it's something I want to get into, because I'm big on this.
All right.
Is lyrical content.
Oh boy.
Oh, you fucking vocalists. And Year to Cobra. Okay, I really love the way it sounds, but it's not my favorite band. And there's one reason why. Vocal content is garbage. As the French would say, garbage. As the Italians would say, garbaggio. I mean, fuck, dude. I've always written lyrics, and I consider myself fairly good at it. I take a lot of pride in my lyrics.
Right on, yeah.
And, I mean, the lyrics have got to be... They can't be straightforward. You can't say, I hate you. I hate you. It's fucking dumb. Why would you say that? We've gone through this before, you know.
Yeah, but it still bears mentioning, though.
Well, it does, because it makes a good vocalist horrible. And the reason why I think it aggravates me so much is because I think it's easily fixable. And if I'm producing an album, like if I was producing Year to Cobra, I'd be like, listen, I think this is really hot. I really like it. But you got to fix one fucking thing. Let me give you some advice. You need to write better lyrics. You've got to take a little constructive criticism here.
Yeah.
And just, you've got to write. Take all the possessive words out. I, you, me, them, us. Eliminate those words from your vocabulary and rewrite the lyrics. And I guarantee you, you will take 4 lines and turn them into 4 paragraphs. trying to make that point if you don't use possessive words. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard. I don't think it's that hard. Maybe it is. Maybe it just comes easy to me. But I just think that's a pretty good fix. And I mean, it just kills me. It kills me with Year to Cobra. Because I like the way they sound so much, but the lyrical content is fucking shit. It's like, you're killing me with these fucking lyrics. And, you know, it's important. It really honestly kills a band for me. I mean, maybe lyrical content isn't, maybe if you want to be that simple-minded and have the meaning spelled right out for you in kindergarten fucking vocabulary, then that's the thing for you.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So yeah, lyrical content is a big thing. A few notables on lyrical content, and the thing that, and one that might surprise you is Helmet. Meaning, one of the probably that is Al Cisneros from Sleep and Ohm. You don't know, they're very vague lyrics, and you know, a lot of influence from that. But what was the one I said before that? Shit.
Sleep.
Not Sleep. Shit, I just had it. How much whiskey have we had?
2 glasses, perhaps.
Oh. And a case of beer. But anyway, you gotta have the lyrical content has to be there. So I guess that's it because I can't fucking remember where I was.
It's okay, man. That's okay, man. We can do with this. We can roll with it. I mean, I hear you because there's.
Now I remember.
Oh,
we can edit to this.
Okay.
Make an edit there.
Oh.
Well, I was fucking brain farting. Helmet. And the reason now he used possessive words, but his concepts on a lot of those songs. And I'll do my best to wrap this up and try and I know that battery is killing you right now. Is because what he was doing was he was describing awkward social interactions and writing lyrics about awkward social interactions. Like, if I'm sitting here and every time I talk to you, you look and every time I make a point to you, you look away and look at the floor and give me this condescending look. And he writes a song about that.
Wow. Yeah.
Which I think is extremely fascinating. It's just that one little moment in time that you notice in a room of people that, look at this motherfucker. And you write your song about that. And if you pay attention to Helmet's lyrics, that's a lot of what his lyrical content is. It's about awkward social experiences.
That's diving in deep to a brief moment. But that's real life, man. And that's
And that's good fucking songwriting. Okay? It's good fucking lyric writing.
So let's transition interestingly into lyrical content a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Next episode. Let's make a note of that.
Let's fucking do it.
It's gonna happen. Mark my words. We're gonna talk about the lyrics. And hopefully we can come up with something a little bit better than like Satanism.
Well, Satanism is.
All right, we're gonna call this an episode. We're gonna wish you guys well. And hey, you know what? Next time we meet up,
we might have hoodies on.
We might have hoodies on, and I brought mine just in case. So, you know, keep one foot in your mother and your fist in your fucking shit and your mother. Whatever. All right, I'm calling it.
Fucking Rick.
Goodbye.
And we're out.